You think you know what a heart attack feels like, right? Crushing chest pain, left arm tingling, maybe you even fall to your knees in a movie-esque dramatic fashion. But what if I told you that for hundreds of people, the reality was a whisper, not a scream? A subtle ache, a weird fatigue, a persistent feeling of something's just not right. We dove deep, analyzing 100 real-life heart attack narratives, personal stories, medical case studies, survivor testimonials. And what we found blew the classic playbook out of the water. People weren't missing the obvious. They were missing the insidious, the slow creep. The symptoms so mild, so innocuous, they were dismissed as everything from indigestion to a bad night's sleep. And by the time the big one hit, it was often too late for prevention. Only reaction. This isn't about scaring you. It's about arming you with knowledge that could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Because the early warning signs are almost never what you expect. Let's start with the most common, yet most overlooked category: the aches and pains. Forget the Hollywood heart attack. Many people experienced what they described as a dull ache, not sharp pain. One woman, a 52-year-old marketing executive, felt a persistent low-grade ache in her upper back for 3 weeks. She attributed it to her new office chair. Another man, a 60-year-old retiree, had what he called toothache for days, specifically in his lower jaw, without any dental issues. He even went to the dentist. Both of them, within days of their heart attack, realized these were their body's desperate attempts to warn them. The key here is persistence and unusual location. If your back has been fine for years and suddenly you have a constant ache that doesn't go away with stretching or ibuprofen, especially if accompanied by other subtle symptoms we'll get to, it's worth considering. This leads us to our next big category: gastrointestinal distress. This one is a huge trap. How many times have you felt a bit of heartburn or an upset stomach and just popped an antacid? Almost everyone has. But for a significant portion of our narratives, stomach discomfort was a primary early warning sign. One man described it as the worst indigestion of my life, lasting for several hours before his heart attack. He thought he'd just eaten something bad. Another woman felt a constant pressure in her upper abdomen, which she dismissed as irritable bowel syndrome acting up. The difference? This wasn't relieved by typical remedies, and it often came with a feeling of unease, a sense that something was fundamentally wrong. If you're experiencing unusual, persistent stomach discomfort, nausea, or indigestion that doesn't resolve, especially if it's new for you, don't just reach for the Tums. Now, for what I call the energy drain and the clammy code. This is where it gets really subtle. Many survivors reported an overwhelming, unexplained fatigue in the days or even weeks leading up to their event. We're not talking about "I stayed up too late watching Netflix" fatigue. This is bone-deep exhaustion, making simple tasks feel monumental. A 45-year-old mother of 2 said she suddenly felt too tired to even walk her dog, something she did every day. She just attributed it to being busy. This fatigue, when combined with another often missed sign, unusual sweating, especially cold sweats or clamminess, becomes a much louder alarm. People described waking up drenched in sweat for no reason, or feeling perpetually clammy even in a cool room. This isn't just about feeling warm, it's a specific type of cold, sticky sweat that signals your body is under stress. Pay attention to these shifts in your baseline energy levels and how your body regulates temperature. And then there's shortness of breath. Again, not the dramatic gasping for air you might imagine. Many people reported feeling subtly breathless with activities that were usually easy for them. Walking up a flight of stairs, carrying groceries, even just talking on the phone. One survivor, a marathon runner, noticed he was getting winded simply tying his shoes. He thought he was just out of shape. This progressive, unexplained shortness of breath, especially when it's new or worsening, is a massive red flag. It means your heart might not be pumping blood efficiently and your body isn't getting enough oxygen. Don't dismiss it as just getting older or being out of shape if it's a sudden, noticeable change. Remember that something's just not right feeling I mentioned at the beginning. This brings us to perhaps the most nebulous yet critically important category: the sense of impending doom, or just not feeling right. Many narratives included this gut feeling, an inexplicable anxiety, a feeling of unease, a vague sense that something was seriously wrong, even when they couldn't pinpoint a specific symptom. One woman described it as a cloud over me for days. A man said he felt off, like he was coming down with something, but it never materialized into a cold or flu. This isn't a medical diagnosis, but it's your body's primal warning system. If you consistently feel off, or have a pervasive sense of unease that you can't shake, especially when combined with any of the other subtle symptoms we've discussed, it's a valid reason to seek medical attention. Trust your intuition. Your body knows itself better than anyone. So, what's the takeaway from these 100 narratives? It's not about memorizing a checklist, it's about listening to your body. It's about recognizing when something is different for you. Not everyone will experience all these symptoms, and they won't always be intense. The key is change, persistence, and unusual presentation. If you suddenly develop persistent jaw pain, unusual fatigue, unexplained nausea, or shortness of breath with activities that were once easy, and especially if these symptoms cluster together, don't wait for the crushing chest pain. Don't rationalize it away. Don't assume it's just stress or indigestion. When in doubt, get it checked out. A quick trip to the doctor or even an emergency room visit for a false alarm is infinitely better than ignoring a true warning sign. Share this information with your family and friends, because knowing these subtle, often missed early warning signs isn't just about being informed, it's about empowering yourself and those you care about to act when it matters most. If this video gave you clarity or helped you see heart health a little differently, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd also love to hear from you. Have you, or someone close to you, experienced a heart attack that started with unusual or unexpected symptoms? Share your story in the comments. You never know, your experience might help someone else recognize a warning sign early. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can check out our merch below or tap the Super Thanks button. Every bit of support helps. Thank you for being here and for looking out for one another.